How's it going, everybody? This is Ruby, and this is episode 63 of my Feed the Beast Machine tutorial series. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Rancher from Mine Factory Reloaded. Now, the basic user interface for the Rancher is you have these 9 inventory slots here. These are for the items that you're going to use on all of the different animals. Over here, it's typical for the like the rest of the Mine Factory Reloaded machines. You have your energy bar, which we'll go over here in a few. You have your work bar. This is actually if it's got something to do. And then here's your idle timer. You can see that the Rancher idles for 200 ticks. If we go ahead and take a look at the building recipe for the Rancher, it's pretty easy to make. It's 3 plastic sheets, 2 shears, a bucket, and then a factory machine block, which is just 3 stone, and then 3 plastic sheets as well. So powering the Rancher is actually pretty easy. It can take MJ or EU power. Now this bar only says MJ, however EU will work. So if we go ahead and hook up this MFSU like so, you can see that it charges it up just fine. Now if we go ahead and break it and we take a look back at it, no energy, and then we connect this conduit from this redstone energy cell, you can see that it's getting some energy as well. So either of these methods work. It just kind of depends what is the easiest for you to supply it with. So for this next segment, I've enlisted the help of some of my friends here. Now each of these actions, they all take power. For example, first you can either get the ink sacks, you can shear sheep, you can milk cows, or you can milk and get mushroom stew from mushrooms. Now, all of these actions take either 80 EU, which is the industrial craft power, or 32 MJ. So, I think that's about the right exchange rate for it. I don't think either or is really better. It just depends really what you use. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So here, we have Mr. Squid here. And if we go ahead and we pop a chest on the back, and then we plop some power down, you can see that's going to start getting power. The idle timer is ticking, and you can see here in the chest we're actually getting a lot of ink sacks. Now let's go to the next example. Here we have a sheep, and in here I just have some shears. Now the good thing about this is that these shears actually don't get damaged. So if I go ahead and plop some power down, you can see that the wool gets sucked back here into the chest. And if we take a look in here, you can see that the shears didn't get damaged, which is pretty useful, so you don't have to constantly supply this thing with shears or anything like that. So next is Mr. Cow here. Now, with just the normal cows, not the mushrooms, you can get milk from it, which is pretty useful. Now, you can also put empty buckets in here as well, but I always just prefer to use the liquid type. So here I just have a liquid duct and then a tank. If we come on down here to the mushroom, now I have some bowls in here as well. If I wanted to get milk from him, I can just hook up a liquid up and a tank, and then if I go ahead and put some power down here, you can see it's going to start using these bowls, and it's going to start filling this tank up with milk. And if we come in here, you can see all of this good mushroom stew. So the mushroom, if you need milk, you might as well maybe hook him up with some bowls and get you some food going as well. So for the next step of automating the Rancher, now this kind of system is very automated because that's how Mine Factory Reloaded was shooting for. So like we did with the cows, we have a liquid duct and a tank for if you wanted to get liquid out of it from the cows or mushrooms. For any other items, oh, we got an overfill. Stop please. In any other items, such as like wool or ink sacks, you can either put a chest right next to it and it'll automatically put stuff in there, or you can just use transport pipes. You don't have to use a wooden pipe because this thing will automatically eject the item out into the pipe. Now if you wanted to input items, for example empty bowls like for the mushroom, you can just pop them up here, and then I just have a redstone energy cell. Now you'll probably want to use a series of Arctic gates, like iron ore gates, to make sure that this inventory isn't full before you go pumping stuff into it. I simply just use redstone engines because everybody understands what they are. So, as we can see there, we are getting the bulls in here in the rancher just fine. That's going to conclude this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments below or send me a message on YouTube. I read all my comments and all my messages, so I will get to your question. If this video helped you out, or if you enjoyed it, a rating would be much appreciated, and subscribe, as I always have new Feed the Beast videos coming out almost every other day, if not every day. Thank you.